Many aspects of our daily lives involve participation in some type of group. During our presentation, we'll examine the negative and positive elements that make up a common work team and the effects they can have on how the team functions. There are, generally speaking, 6 types of teams depending on the task to be performed. They include production teams, such as those found in a factory, repeatedly manufacturing or assembling products; service teams, such as food service workers who conduct repeated transactions with customers; management teams composed of managers who plan or develop policy or coordinate the activities of an organization; project teams, such as a medical team which brings experts together to perform a certain task within a certain period of time; and finally, action or performing teams, such as an entertainment group or sports team which repeat brief performances under new conditions, and they require specialized skills and extensive training. An action team, like the Business Bombers. The Business Bombers have gathered to practice for their company's upcoming basketball tournament. Even though the Bombers haven't realized it, their success depends on the traits of each team member and on their ability to function interdependently. Let's meet these aspiring company stars. The Bombers have chosen the guy in the baseball cap, Dan Dawson, to act as team captain, based solely on his athletic ability, plus the fact that he has previously competed on many teams. This is a common type of leader emergence. While Dawson's athletic ability may appear substantial on the surface, Dan Dawson has a duty to facilitate this practice by having the players run drills and practicing in areas where improvement is needed. Without this valuable input, the other team members will proceed blindly in a state of confusion and without a sense of direction. Instead, Dan seems more interested in facilitating the girl on the sideline. Vicky Pollard, seen in the knee-high socks, is one of the more intimidating forces on the team. The main reason for this is her over-competitiveness. While Vicky's chances of landing a spot on the WNBA are slim, she attempts to outperform everybody during this practice by monopolizing her time with the ball and pointing out the shortcomings of the other team members. Through her actions, she is discouraging the other players from attempting to shoot because they fear they'll miss and be forced to endure her humiliation. Dressed in all black for today's practice is Burke Bradshaw. Bradshaw is the newest member of the team and is a very quiet person. Unfortunately for Bradshaw, and eventually the team as a whole, he has not been made to feel welcome and, as a result, has no perception of membership with this team. The other members don't realize this, but Burke has intentions of transferring to another team when an opening becomes available. Bradshaw has a hidden agenda. The Business Bombers will be playing this other team during the upcoming basketball tournaments, and Burke Bradshaw has secretly developed a loyalty to the other team. Christy Pumperdink, practicing in the black t-shirt, is too cooperative. Christy doesn't seem to care that she never takes any shots at the basket, preferring instead to let others shoot and others rebound. Because she is more concerned with the performance of her teammates and because she is afraid of being labeled a ball hog, Pumperdink neglects her own needs and playing time. By sacrificing her own needs on the team, Christy experiences a lower level of enjoyment, quality of plays, personal shots, and rebounds. Over time, this will cause Christy to become less valuable to the team. Finally, let's meet the team's social loafer, Biff Bogart. Biff has the least interest in the team. He didn't even care enough about basketball practice to dress appropriately. He's wearing jeans and can often be seen talking or texting on his cell phone. Bogart's whatever attitude shows every time he's happy to let a team decision be made without his input. The unfortunate thing about Bogart is that he wields a referent power over the team. He's quite likable and the other team members trust and feel comfortable around him. He might have made a good team captain, he's just not that into it. Any of these moderately negative attributes could be corrected by the team captain, Dan Dawson. But remember, Dan is busy facilitating the girl on the sideline. Good luck, Dan. Now, let's meet the business boomers who are competing in their company's upcoming basketball tournament. The Boomers understand the elements that make up a successful work team and are better poised to perform well on the court. Before today's practice, the Boomers had gotten together for dinner and go-kart racing. These fun activities allowed the group to socialize and get to know each other. Because each member feels they are part of the team, the Boomers enjoy a level of commitment and cohesion that are not present in other teams. In addition, the business Boomers are motivated and genuinely interested in the common team goals of making baskets and winning the game. During the process of team socialization, the Boomers discussed the basketball tournament. It was at this time that Dan Dawson emerged as the logical choice as team captain. Because Dan has competed on many other athletic teams, he is in the best position to identify problem areas for each individual team member and will facilitate each meeting by having each member practice the drills they need to improve. Vicki Pollard is aware of the competitive tendency in her personality. She has developed a personal goal of encouraging her teammates instead of outperforming them. Pollard understands the need for all team members to feel included in order to promote a sense of belonging and motivation. The newest member of the team, Burke Bradshaw, has been made to feel that he is part of the team. He receives special attention during the team's dinner, and all of the members express a sincere interest in his acclamation to the team. This effort has helped to expand a global sense of cohesion that includes all members. Realizing her over-cooperative personality leads to unsatisfactory personal growth, Christy Pumperdink has set for herself the goal of increased participation. By being a little less agreeable, Christy will gain a greater sense of personal reward, and she'll help the team by reducing the level of unhealthy agreement. As for Biff Bogart, the team has come to realize they'll need to modify team norms by prohibiting cell phone use during team meetings and delegating specific tasks related to the team's long-term goals. If Biff becomes a more involved member of the team, his likability will lend itself to the motivation of the entire group. There are many factors involved in how a team functions, from its inception to the realization of its long-term goals. No single team has all the winning elements, and no single team possesses only negative qualities. A successful team must be allowed to properly form, its negative components must be identified and addressed, and the effort must be made to illustrate and promote the expansion of the team's positive qualities. If your team can make these efforts, you'll be well on your way to being boomers instead of bombers.